think you should.
The attention is going to be turn 2, at least for the moment. Realm Warp coming in. They want Smap. Habazonia throws down the equalizer. Dredgeline comes through. Flame Spitter coming out. Send out that dark pass in front of
Faker.
safety, but now Mata comes in. Nice Sonia's from Faker to dodge out on that death sentence. Mata gets locked up by the tether from Wolf, and he goes down. The first one that died. Dredgeline in on the depth. He falls low, pops the heal to keep himself alive. He's in the hole, directed onto Peanut, but there's just no way to get through Hooney. That's just going to be a nice pick coming through for SK Telecom. It's
To get around, but you have to imagine the top turret's not long for the world.
His control ward didn't get cleared out in the brush, so he had some idea that Pawn had retreated back. Speaking of Pawn, goes in on a Faker. The Shockwave does connect. He has a death mark coming through. Doesn't do nearly as much damage as you would expect yet. But the Ash Arrow comes out. Faker still gets clipped. Flash forward from Wolf with the ebb and flow. Comes up with the heal to keep Faker alive, at least for now. Smith comes into the backside, has the Flame Spitter, helps take him out as Pawn. Claims the killing blow, and a second one goes over to KT.
Very difficult to DPS down all this. Ninjatabi does so much work. Triple Ninjatabi.
Mata flashes away from the dredge line and away from Peanut simultaneously. Still gets popped up by that depth charge. Looks like he might go down. No, the shield comes in. Heal as well from depth, keeping him alive over the wall. Smith gets jumped on, throws down the equalizer straight into the zone. Is it enough to keep him alive? Yes, it is. The Ash Arrow comes out, locks up Wolf. He's going to go down. 3 members of SK Telecom just get ripped right off of Summoner's Rift by KT Rolston. They burn out the cooldown. Very cheeky by Pawn. Red carpet thrown out for Peanut, getting burned away at. Down to just about half HP. The Leandri's doing so much work. Meanwhile, Smeb juking away from the dredge line. Hooney connects onto the wall. Now Pawn goes down onto Bang. Death marks there, and he gets taken out. Kill coming through for the Zed. A lot of poke eliminated from the side of SK Telecom. They're going to go ahead and work their way right back over to this Baron where they will start it up.
And you see in that fight why it was so important that they took the early objectives, because Orianna is never grouped with a front line in front of her to put the ball, to cancel out the death mark. Faker has been out of position because it's very hard to have position. And we hear an ultimate popped and we see a turn.
Yeah, dredge line coming through. Big
equalizer!
Big Shockwave comes through. Faker
Holy!
just absolutely devastates the ranks of KT Roaster. A triple kill for him. Pawn trying to get out with his life, but it just doesn't look very likely. And good God, off the backside of the Baron, SKT blow the game wide open. Hooney, he lands the dredge line. Pawn dead to rights will go down. That's an ace for SK Telecom T1.
That right there is the 4000 ELO Shockwave. No setup CC this time. Now if they come through a choke, you'll see what happens. They turn onto Baron.
I mean, they turn on to Baron. Mata gets caught by that Shockwave. Faker goes straight into the zone. He has Peanut getting rooted down. Pawn comes over the wall looking for a kill. Can he find it? Dashes onto Peanut with a death mark in the back line. Looks like he might just get the pop. Heal comes through, but it's just not going to be enough to keep him alive. Line connects onto Pawn. Meanwhile, Faker goes down as Smeb burns right through him. Pawn taking the blast cone for a ride. Will be able to make it out with his life. They can take away the blue buff. So free buff.
Mata's walking up. They want to fight. Mata's walked all the way from bot lane.
Blank has it. They are still collapsing. Smeb gonna go forward, gets a body slam in on the Blank. He's going low. Score comes up with the first blood. Now Hooney in a bad spot. Flashes away. Out that big shot.
I don't want this. He really wants it.
Lands the Q. The exhaust comes down a slow from the barrel, and that's going to be concussive blows. That's going to be 2 kills picked up, a double kill. Happy about that one. Meanwhile, the bottom lane is going to be a bit of a party. This voyage coming through. Pawn getting exhausted, already down below half HP. Smeb does finish channeling this one. Gonna slow up Blank. Wolf taking up the turret. Glacial Fisher comes through to lock him in. He will die. Smeb trying to chase down onto the rain guard to get a little bit more. Now with Death coming on the sidelines, flashes in for the volley to slow up onto Blank. Cast comes through. It's not enough damage to finish him off yet. Now
there's gonna be a turnaround
from Hooney. This could be a big fight for SKT. Death getting hit in the backside by the curtain call. 4th shot won't connect, but it doesn't matter because Faker comes up with a kill. Hooney mid lane trying to get some poke damage down. Maybe come up with a pick and themselves an inner turret out of it.
Poke's still a happy spot for KT.
Oh, a score. The sidelines, Death Mark comes through. They pop up Faker. They will find the kill, but the Death Mark will finish off score in the end. A 1-for-1.
There's a lot of gold on the Faker. They don't have a lot of wave clear outside of him as well.
That's going to be the equalizer thrown down in desperation. Mata gets rooted up, taking a couple short shots, but overall looks like he may just be okay. Now the curtain call comes through. He's going to be the target as well as Death. It's going to be Smeb and Pawn trying to take this up. On goes back in, really greedy, really aggressive. The bouncing grenade comes through, chunking them all
It's
down
so low.
so very much. Bang, flashing forward, can't get the last shot. The deadly flourish won't connect.
They're in a really good spot in top and bot lane, all going to be pushing in.
Equalizer comes down, Mana getting chunked down, Faker goes in, Smeb's gonna body slam him. Trying to delay him a bit, but he goes into the backside with Mana, but he just gets absolutely destroyed. Score comes up with a kill, but now SKT, they are firing back. Curtain call in onto the Graves, a couple more shots will take him out. They can't find it with a fourth and final. Boy, every time they push up for that tier 2 turret. Now though, fight breaking out in the mid lane. Def getting jumped on, going down by the look of things. Deathmark comes through. Can they finish him off? He's exhausted and he will fall. It's gonna be Bang coming up with the kill.
Backline.
Double kill. And now here comes Faker. Comes up with one, but he pays for that one with his life. His pawn will barely slink out of this one. Yet again, KT just losing these fights to SK Telecom. Pawn finds an answer.
Much less around power.
Oh, they're looking for something.
Equalizer.
Equalizer comes down. Pawn already down to half HP. Abyssal Voyage coming in from the sidelines with Blank in tow. Death gets locked up immediately. It looks like he's going to fall.
They're
Yes,
done.
he does. The bot lane of KT.
They trade evenly and it said it's going to have a field day. So they need to brute force, and it's on SKT to try and hold.
Shock Blast only connects on the Wolf. Mana's already very close to
that
dead.
Damage.
Throughout the redemption, Ash Arrow comes through.
Can they
They
get a
find Wolf,
pick?
body slam forward. The cast comes through, but it just knocks them away. They can't get on the Bang. He's going to open up the curtain call. Big equalizer thrown down. Mana, he's going to be the first one to fall yet again. Heal coming out of Death, trying to keep them alive. Give them that little
That
burst
didn't
of
recall.
speed, but that's going to be Faker just splitting in the bottom lane. And SKT, all they have to do is
Keep
just delay
chasing.
the recalls. It's going to be a body slam back forward from Smeb. Pawn going low. Tries to get onto Blank, but just can't come up with the kill. Bang, finds that one. Finally suffers his first death, but now Score's starting to turn things around. Comes up with a double kill. Going to be looking for Hootie. Doesn't have the GA quite yet overheated.
Meanwhile,
can't do anything, but Faker is now splitting in onto the Nexus turret. Score comes
he's done
up
it
with a triple kill at the end, but Faker is just chipping away at the base.
Two are able to get us, so not quite.
But Hootie does have the teleport.
I think they're going to rush it again. They have to.
Yeah, Hootie goes in for the recall. The Baron's going low. There's just no way for them to get in there. So Baron does go over to KT, but they need to minimize the losses. They need to make it out of here with their lives.
Equalizer
is
here.
back up for Hootie. Where does he want to toss it out? They're all in a choke point. There it is. Perfectly laid down on top of everybody, but Blank already falls. Death gets jumped on. Baker comes up with the kill. They follow over the wall, looking for Smeb, looking for Score. Should be able to take him out. There's no GA available for the Gragas. Fourth and final shot would kill. Still evading them
Big
now.
engage on
Body
Faker.
slam forward on a Faker, goes straight into the death mark. On top of Smeb, gets a little bit of damage now, but he's still relatively healthy on the Gragas. Mana gets popped as GA there to
Still
back
dead
him
for
up.
25.
That's gonna be Bang throwing up the curtain call, looking for some damage, but he takes a big burst from the shock blast. Has to peel back and cancel the rest of it immediately. Bang could go ahead and peel back. Nexus already taking a little bit of damage, and Hootie will get his GA popped. SKT still desperately holding on. Blank is up in 10 seconds. Can they buy enough time? Wolf has the Devour, spits out.
Bang's
Hootie,
dead.
that's gonna be Bang going down. Faker going back in, trying to get on top of Score. He pops the GA, but can he do enough? It looks like he will not be able to. Def firing away, but can't get it. Scores here. Can he finish it off? The answer is gonna be no. That's an ace coming through from SK Telecom. It looks so good.